Good morning, I'm glad to start the day with you. Oh, there's a big digger coming. See if we can see it. Get out the way! DADvice blog coming at ya. So this one's for the parents-to-be, newer parents, people that are just starting out being parents anyway. Don't take things for granted as a parent. There's like a handful of things that you take for granted coming into being a parent, and I've learned the hard way. The first thing you shouldn't take for granted is clean clothes, t-shirts especially. Now every piece of your clothing, maybe not socks or undies, but all of your clothing will become a burp cloth. A burp cloth, a dribble cloth, possibly even a poo cloth if you're that needy. There's not been one day where I've had a relatively clean t-shirt. No, I've had to wipe up food, sick, dribble. Some days when Macy was little, she sat on me one day and just did this watery poo and just pooed right through a nappy and onto my shirt. It was not fun. So definitely don't take your clothes for granted. Second thing not to take for granted is your sleep. Now you'll hear a lot of people saying, oh, get your good hours in now and blah blah blah, but seriously, they're actually kind of right. Don't take your sleep for granted, because Macy's not a bad sleeper. She's actually a relatively good sleeper. She'll sleep through the night. But I know people that have babies that don't sleep through the night. They wake up at 2 a.m, 4 a.m. Possibly one small piece of advice on that is, now babies like to sleep. This whole, get them up every 3 hours to feed thing gets them into a routine. And if you get them into that routine, they're going to stay in that routine, and they're going to get up every 3 hours, and they're going to be expected to be fed every 3 hours. And I think that's where we kind of struck well in the lucky dip of babies, is that we fed Macy every 3 hours, don't get us wrong, but when it came to night time, she slept. So why would you want to wake a sleeping baby? Why would you want to do that? Just let them sleep. If they wake up, then feed them. I suppose then you're kind of getting into the cycle of making a routine. But if they sleep, let them sleep. And that's what Macy did. She slept, so we let her sleep. And I guess we can kind of credit that to her being such a mint sleeper at night. That's just my 2 cents anyway. And the third thing you should never take for granted is your together time, your you time, just you and your partner. Never take that for granted. If you're a single parent, I'm sorry, this probably doesn't really apply to you, so depending on what party left the relationship, then they must be a bit of a dick. Just saying. So don't ever sacrifice your together time. That is your time without the baby, and it's okay to have that time. You're allowed to have that time. Do not sacrifice that, because you'll literally run yourself ragged. And it's just all about the baby and not about you guys, and that's not fair. That is, it's not the baby's fault, but it's just not fair on you guys, on your relationship. So always make time for each other.